The 1976 film All the President's Men brought us the now famous quote, "Follow the money." So let's see if we can follow some money. I've heard a lot of people talking about how wealthy Warren Perry is. If you don't know who I'm talking about, I'll link the Pawleys Island Community Church Scandal playlist so you can get caught up on Warren and all his buddies. I'm not going to say whether Warren Perry is wealthy or not because I don't actually know, but I am going to say that I'm not convinced he is. Before moving to South Carolina, he owned a house in Reno, Nevada. He sold that house for about $140,000 more than he paid for it. He then hopped on over to Pawleys Island, where he bought a house, but still ended up getting a mortgage on it for 70% of the purchase price. He took out a second mortgage on that house 3 years later, in April of 2020, for about $37,000 more than the original loan. And then he paid off the original loan 3 months later. On August 18, 2020, 1 month after paying off that loan, he was arrested on 2 charges of exploitation of a minor. An article from WCIV states that, quote, "The Sheriff's Office Criminal Investigation Division worked with the U.S. Department of Homeland Security and Internet Crimes Against Children Task Force agents in executing a search warrant at a residence in Heritage Plantation on Tuesday. Investigators say they collected several computers, digital media storage devices, and other electronics from the residence," end quote. Warren then sold that house in November of 2020 for $50,000 more than he'd paid for it, and he paid off the second loan he'd taken out. He then bought a condo in Murrells Inlet and got a loan for 95% of the purchase price. Now, I know that having a mortgage has its advantages. There are tax breaks, and you can use your extra money to invest instead of buying a house while slowly paying off the mortgage. But I'm not sure that's the case with Warren, especially since his loans were through Quicken, and that's not typically where truly wealthy people take out loans. In 2019, Warren was driving a 2016 BMW X1, and by 2020 he'd upgraded it for a 2019 BMW 330i, which cost about $40,000 to $58,000 new. Maybe that's why he had refinanced his house. He also had a 2002 Dodge Dakota during this time, but when the next year rolled around, he no longer owned the BMW. Maybe he had to sell it to pay attorney's fees. He had the Dodge Dakota until 2023, and the next place I found it was under the vehicle taxes for Pawleys Island Community Church. If I had to bet, I'd bet it was a gift to the church. 2023 was also the same year he was convicted. These days, Warren is driving a 2011 GMC Canyon. And then we come to April 27, 2026, when Warren Perry signed over power of attorney to Jenny Williams. Why would he do that? What compelled him to go to an attorney's office on a Monday and sign over full power of attorney to someone he's only known 6 years, and the relationship was allegedly only through the church? Was there a discussion the Sunday before that led to make him make that decision? But maybe Warren Perry doesn't actually have money. Maybe he just wanted people to think he did in order to buy himself into certain societies or situations. I just think it's more than a little weird that in 2020, Warren is bopping around town in his almost new BMW, and by the next year, he's down to his 2002 Dodge Dakota. Maybe he did just have to spend a lot of money on an attorney to get those 2 charges knocked down to 1. And maybe when he showed up to his latest bond hearing without an attorney, it's because he just can't afford one. Now, you'd think the church might have helped him out with an attorney, or even his power of attorney agent could have helped. But it appears that Warren has been abandoned. And I wonder if he's sitting in jail right now worrying about whether or not he'll even have anything left by the time he gets out, if he ever gets out. And I say that with absolutely no sympathy for him. So what do you think? Do you think Warren Perry pulled a big con and duped a bunch of people? Or do you think money doesn't have anything to do with it? Let me know in the comments.